What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Growing in HD, and this is a tester update from Galaxii Genetics. So we're going to take a look and show you guys how the plants are doing, give you guys a little bit of stats, how we're growing them, and where everything stands. So here's the first one we're going to take a look at. Obviously, they're still in solo cups. This is miso cake. So really, so far, the growth on this is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this one. It's a little light, so it might need a little bit more nitrogen, but we are growing in cocoa, and I kind of tend to go a little light when they're this small, so that's okay with me. We'll add a little bit of nitrogen, a little bit more anyway, in the next feeding, and they are due for watering, so that's pretty good. Let's take a look at the next one. Alright guys, so instead of doing this individually, I'm going to show you guys kind of an overview real quick on this and show you guys where everything stands as far as these testers, and then I'll get into a little bit of detail on a few specific issues that I've seen. So this one over here is the first one I showed you guys, and then this row right here is also miso cake. So we do have 5 of them that are sprouted. Obviously they germinated, and then on the YOLO side, which is over here, all that is YOLO, and there's 5 of those as well. So we were sent 12 seeds. We popped all 12. 11 of the 12 actually popped successfully, and then of those 10 of the 11 sprouted. So 10 out of 12 seeds, that's pretty good as far as percentages for me. There's a couple different little issues that you might notice here that we've kind of come across. So let's see here. So the first one is, of the 2 strains, as far as seedling growth, I feel like the miso cake is a stronger strain. The YOLO seems to have a couple other issues that I'm going to show you guys real quick, but they are doing all right. So first of all, you might see on both strains, we've had to kind of give them a little bit of extra support. They're kind of tall and lanky. Not a big deal. That's something that happens with a lot of seeds, so something you should notice. But we do have a couple different weird growth things with the YOLO. So the first one I'm going to show you guys is right here. I'm going to try to focus on it for you guys. The leaves are really thin. It's not super consistent like the other ones. So that's the first one I just wanted to show you guys. We did have another one here on the YOLO that really had a really hard time sprouting, and it's got some funky growth. It probably needs some support as well. But if you look at the difference in growth, of those two, it's still hanging in there. It took a really hard time to take, and I am going to give this thing a support because it is kind of falling over. But it is definitely got like that funky early growth, which one of the plants I'm flowering right now actually started like that last round and ended up becoming the strongest plant. So, I mean, I'm still going to flower it out and see what happens and give it some love. It probably needs a little bit more soil in there too. It's kind of tall. The same thing with this one. We got a little bit of funky growth on the leaf. It's not too much. You might also notice, so all of this was originally put in cocoa, and I did put a little bit of Fox Farm in some of them here just to try to give it a little bit of that. I feel like it's a little bit of a safer bet when they're struggling, when they're seedlings. I feel like Fox Farm ocean soil is really good for that, so I did add a little bit in there. And then this one here is actually growing pretty good. It's sideways right now because it was tipped over this morning, so again, I had to add that bracket, which I already did, but it hasn't oriented itself to the light yet. But the growth on this one's pretty good. It's probably the furthest along as far as in development. I like the leaves. They look pretty good. But that's the YOLO. The miso is more or less the same. It's pretty good. They're not, I've had to add support, obviously, for a few of these. The back one and the front one both have support. But I just feel like it's a little bit more consistent. The leaves on this one are pretty long and thin. And then we have another one here that's kind of long and thin. The back one's kind of like that. So it looks like this is an easier way to tell this strain is going to have longer, thinner leaves, which is cool. It doesn't bother me either way. Then we have, like I said, these are, they're still doing good, but they're definitely, the YOLO is having a little bit more struggle as far as with me than miso cake. But all in all, they're pretty good. 10 out of 12 is pretty good. I'm hoping for mostly females because I would love to grow these out to full and see what's going on. So we will find out, I guess, give it some time. They are due for a watering, so they are really dry right now. and we're gonna give those some water and very light nutrients later on today. Like I said, we did add some of the Fox Farm, so they don't really need a lot in the ones that have that added. The only ones we kind of added it into was the YOLO, and that's because I felt like they were struggling a little bit more. But I might add some on top of everything else, and then just kind of water it down to give them a little bit of a jump start, because, you know, like you see here, like they definitely are, the YOLO specifically are really struggling with the stem strength. So, you know, it is what it is. They look pretty good though. So far, I'm pretty happy with it. And I'll show you guys what we got going on with the rest of veg, probably in a separate video. And then also we're going to be throwing some plants and flowers, so should be pretty exciting. Just to give a quick update, guys, and show you guys what we got going on as far as the testers go, and how it's going for me. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned, hit the like, subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next one.